Hey YouTube, you may have noticed there's a slightly different angle going on. I've had to shift my camera this way. And why is that? What do these look like? Yeah, it's 2020. It's time to do the A to Z. Steelbooks first, then we hit the numbers. I'm a traditionalist, so it's numbers then A to Z. I don't do it in genres or anything like that because I'd have about 4 in the horror, which wouldn't be good. So we'll go through my steelbooks first, and as much as I can each day, hopefully I'll have another one going for us. And we'll get the A to Z done as soon as we can. If you have any questions about any of the collection as we go through, leave a comment. I'll always get back to you as well. Let's start as we mean to go on. If I feel there's a little story to go of any of these, I will tell you. We're probably looking at 200 plus films, so settle in with a cup of tea or hit the pause button. We'll get this done as quickly and as cleanly as we can, and hopefully I won't spit the camera too much. Let's do it. Firstly, we have Two Guns, a brilliant film with Denzel Washington and Mark Wahlberg. You can actually pick this up for a couple of quid now in CX, but it is a bloody good film. Next, we have The Fifth Wave. I own this normal. So I'm going to have to really be careful. I think this is the actual front. No? Yes? Yes, I think that's the actual front. The Fifth Wave. I own this, obviously as a steelbook. I own it 3D and normal as well, but I still haven't even watched it. Really happy to get this one. Nine's a brilliant film. It's like a dystopian like setting. Very well made. This is a German steelbook. I don't think we actually have it here. One of my prizes for this Friday, obviously I have my own copy of Rise of the Empire 300 in 3D. Steelbook not even opened yet, but I have watched it in 3D. It's brilliant. I love disaster movies. 2012, yes, I own this normal as well as steelbook, but what a film. Love it. 10,000 BC. Haven't watched it yet, but I think there's about 3 different steelbooks out for this. But I'm happy with that one. If I get another one, I'll get another one. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. There is a steelbook of this available in 3D because I own this normal 3D and steelbook, but I don't have the 3D steelbook yet. So I am on the hunt for that one. Next, The Adjustment Bureau. Matt Damon. Quite a cool one. It's a strange film to watch. I recommend it if you haven't seen it, because yeah, I like the message in that film. It's quite cool. If you wonder why I keep looking up, I've actually got my camera focused on my top monitor, so I want to make sure that the glare's not there for a lot of this. After Earth. A lot of people hated on this film, but it is enjoyable to an extent, I suppose. First title I got that was Australian was Alice Through the Looking Glass steelbook. There is also a copy of this which has the 3D included. That's the next one I want to pick up. But quite a cool sequel actually. We have the classic lenticular Amazing Spider-Man steelbook. And you've got to have Spider-Man 2, but it's not lenticular. I don't know why they never did that, but I love the artwork on the back. Very cool. Can I get the glare out of that? This is going to be a theme right through everything. American Pie. This was sat on Zoom for about 2 years for 5 quid, and I finally pulled the trigger and got that. Classic film. Anchorman. I love Will Ferrell. My Night at the Roxbury's on its way. I can't wait for that. Anchorman is a classic film. And to me the sequel, which again I've got steelbook, is just as funny. What a character. Brilliant. Brilliantly done. Project Pop Arts. I never understood why they separated these into, you know, all these films with a pop art. I've got a fair few pop arts, but I just don't know why they did it. Doesn't matter to me, but this cost me like 2 quid. Angels and Demons. Never even opened this one. But anything Tom Hanks is cool. Angry Birds. Got the steelbook, got it 3D, got it normal. Classic. Argo. I have it normal. I picked up that amazing like director style one that was in the pound shop for 2 quid. And the fact that I found the extended cut on a steelbook German as well, I just thought it was really cool. Really happy to have that in the collection. Not a lot of people heard about this, but this is John Boyega's one of his first films, Attack the Block. If you've not seen this, well, seriously, it's bloody amazing. It's funny as fuck. Highly recommend this. I've even sent one of these over to Down with Movies, you know, Cinema Sickness's mate in America. I sent him a copy because he'd never seen it. The obligatory Avatar, you've got to have it in a steelbook format. I have it special edition, normal, steelbook and 3D. So only 4 versions. Avengers. You got to have Avengers in steelbook. You just got to. No way around it. Bad Boys. Not the. There is another version. You know, like with the yellow backing and the Porsche and all that. There is another version out there, but that's still about 10 quid. This only cost me 5. Love it. But then again, I've got 1 and 2 in a double pack anyway. This is hilarious. If you haven't seen Bad Grandpa from Jackass with Johnny Knoxville, classic. Got it from the entertainment store off eBay. Definitely worth every penny of that. Battle Los Angeles. Love the artwork on this. Very visceral fighting, very urbanite. Yeah, that's a worthy film, that. And this is just cheesy as fuck. I love Battleship. Liam Neeson's in it as well. Brilliant. I really enjoyed that one. But I have that normal again. I haven't watched any of the Battlestar Galacticas. Let me know your thoughts on these, because I need to collect them all really, but I haven't yet. Is it worth me collecting them all? Because I've got one of the steelbooks, I still haven't watched it. Unfortunately, my missus gets very sick when it comes to like shaky camera movies, so I haven't been able to really watch the whole of The Bay yet. But I own it normal and steelbook. I just love that artwork. Now, did I get this? I think this is a German one as well. Next, we have the Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. I love the colours on this. Never opened it, but because I already own it normal and I own the second one as well normal. So why open it if not needed? Big Fish. Ewan McGregor's in this. But I've never watched it. I want to get it normal as well, because I'd like to keep this one sealed up as nice as I can. And Blades of the Immortal. I just love the artwork on this one. Counting the old kills on the back. To save her life, he will take 1,000 others. Yeah, it sounds about right. Sounds like the government. So, very cool, that one. Next, what we start with, here we go. The Bourne series. I don't think they're available separately as steelbooks, but I've got the trilogy, Matt Damon, of course, and I have the Bourne Legacy, and Jason Bourne's in the J, so we will get to that at some point. Next we have Captain Phillips. This is one of my most recent pickups. I've only just shown this in my pickup videos, but very cool. That can go in the pile now, if that pile tries not to fall over. One of my favourite sets of films. I have Cars Steelbook. I have Cars 2. Which is, I enjoyed Cars 2. A lot of people say that's the weakest of the 3, but I think it's one of my favourite. And then we have Cars 3, and that includes its 3D as well. And the picture quality on that is just amazing. One I've still not seen yet, but I've heard good things because it's from the same guy who did District 9. So, Chappie. Love the artwork on that one. Brilliantly done. It's supposed to be a very good film. Believe it or not, I own this in 4K. I own this as a steelbook and normal. I still haven't watched it yet. Concussion, bit of Will Smith. Coriolanus. This is a German steelbook. But I love Gerard Butler, so it's that simple. I had to get it. Crank. A film that has never been released on Blu-ray in the UK. So when I found it as a steelbook in Germany, God did I jump on this bugger. You can get Crank 2 for 50p all day long in the UK, but why they don't release this again, I just don't know. One of those things that just pisses you off. Crimson Tide, awesome film. Really, really, really love it. Tom Hiddleston's brilliant in this. Two of the most classic films ever made. Of course, we have the Dark Knight Steelbook and we have the Dark Knight Rises Steelbook. I think Dark Knight Rises may have been the first Steelbook I ever bought. I seem to remember that was the first one I ever got. But then I went a step further anyway and got a limited edition. This is limited to 8,000 copies. So I've got the Dark Knight and Batman Begins. It's like a 5-disc box set. Of course, I ain't got one of those plastic bags that'll fit in that bugger, but there you go. Lots of people diss this one, The Dark Tower. I still haven't watched it yet, but I do own it in normal as well as Steelbook. But I like Idris Elba, so yeah, I'd get it. I did own Deadpool as a Steelbook, but it got dented, so I sold it on. I will get it back. But we have Deadpool 2. I think this is Italian, maybe? I know it cost me like £7 on eBay, so I'm not going to say no to that. Might be French actually, a French one. But love it. I own Deadpool 2 like 3 times over, so I'm not going to open this Steelbook. Death Race. I own the Death Race trilogy, but I had to get this is a German Steelbook. It's an extended version with Jason Statham. Love Jason. You can pick this up for like £1.50 in CEX. It's the Devil's Double. I just love the artwork on that. Thought it was a classic. There's the original District 9. That's the one that went with the other film I was talking about, not District 13. Another German Steelbook that I got. I love the artwork again. Very cool. The absolute classic. This isn't even British. I think it's Swedish, maybe. E.T. the Extraterrestrial Limited Edition. Had to get that. Yeah, maybe a grown bloke, but I still cry when Elliot thinks he's dying. Eagle Eye. Surprise! I mean, this is one film which you can watch once and be surprised, and then you're not going to be surprised again. But I enjoyed it. Quite enjoyed Elysium, but I just love the artwork on this. I have this normal as well as Steelbook as well, but you know how it goes. Escape Plan. Got the Steelbook. I've got this normal and I've got the second one. I'm waiting to pick up the third because I don't want to pay much for that. But cool artwork. Quite a cool film actually, has to be said. Looking their age a bit. Recent one that was sent to me by a viewer, Empire of the Sun, Steelbook. Christian Bale's first film. Yes, everybody, that is Christian Bale. Awesome film. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. Exodus, Gods and Kings. I do enjoy this film, but I feel they ran out of ideas about halfway through, and it just dragged after that. But I do own that normal. I own it 3D, and I own it in the Steelbook. Expendables, always a cool film. Love the artwork on these. I also have Expendables 2. Now, if you remember my collection from last year, I did have Expendables 3. But I sold it because it got dented. And I'm waiting to pick it up again. Because the price has gone up on it. So I'll wait till the price drops again. Next one's Fast and the Furious. The first 4 films are available in like an oversized Steelbook. So I had to pick that up. So that's just the coolest. Then I have, of course, Fast and the Furious 5 and Fast and the Furious 6 and Fast and the Furious 7. What am I going to say next? Fast and the Furious 8. I haven't even opened that one. And yes, I have the 4K of Hobbs and Shaw, which I love. Awesome film. Really enjoyed that one. In 4K it just looks gobsmacking. Next, another one that sat on the Zoom shelves for like 2 years at $4.99, so I finally bit the bullet. I think I got it for £4 on eBay in the end. Still haven't opened it. I own it normal anyway. Theatre and Loading in Las Vegas, but it's supposed to be an awesome film. Final Destination. There is a quadrilogy Steelbook that's floating around, but it's very hard to find. I want to get that to complement the 5th. At the moment, I ain't found it. Alright, then we have, is this the original? Yeah, I think it's the original Flatliners, not the remake. I think I got that in a Zoom sale for like a £5. Very cool. The Full Monty, classic British film, really funny. Love the yellow, very vivid. Awesome film. If you haven't seen it, you got to get it. You can't have a steelbook if you haven't got Ghostbusters. Awesome. There's like a pop art versions of that as well, where it's really, really good artwork on them. But those steelbooks are going for about £12 to £15 still. I will get them at some point, you know what I'm like, but just not yet. This is the mastered in 4K Godzilla. Went for a pretty penny a couple of years back. As long as you've got the right disc inside, but a very cool steelbook to own. And one that's come down in price, you can pick this up for like £3 now, is the Godzilla, the new film in 3D. Not the newest one, not King of the Monsters. I haven't picked that up yet. But 3D for the second one. Cool film. There are a few titles out there which are called Diamond Lux, which is a different type of steelbook. It's a 4-way folding, very thin metal style of case. My mate has, I think, Gremlins and another one. I'm so jealous of the Gremlins one. But I have Gone with the Wind. I don't own Gone with the Wind in any other way, but I'll never get rid of it. I mean, you see how thin it is, and that folds out twice. But cool film to have. Absolute classic. Good Day to Die Hard. This is a very cheap steelbook. I mean, I actually own 2 copies of this and I own it normal. So I've actually got this and a steelbook in my normal listing just because I could. Very cool. The 3D version of Goosebumps. Very colourful steelbook. Very cool artwork. Definitely worth it. There is a steelbook without the 3D, but why would I have that? Gravity. If you've got a decent 3D TV, you've got to watch this. Wow, what a film. In 3D, just make you puke. Oh, brilliant. Gravity, awesome film. The Green Hornet. I actually enjoyed this. There was a little story behind this. It took me a good year to find this not damaged. Every time I found this, it's like someone had kicked the shit out of it. I mean, there was one covered in glue, one that looked like it had been stamped on, and it took ages to find one that was actually not knackered. Maybe people were just brutalising it for some reason. The cheapest steelbook you're ever going to get. This is £1 everywhere now. Green Zone with Matt Damon. I must have given this away steelbook about 5 times. But there you go. Grimsby. If you have not seen this, there's no words to describe this film. All I can say, you must see it. It is absolutely fucking nuts. Next we have The Guest. I have not even watched this yet, but I've heard good things. Let me know your thoughts on it. Is it a good film? But I've got this normal and I've got it steelbook. There are a couple more steelbooks available for the Halo series. Not watched any of them yet because I want to get the whole entire collection together in one as well. Then I'll just binge watch it. But I'm never going to say no to a steelbook of Halo. German, this one, Hancock. I think it cost me about £3. Just got to get that sticker off. I ain't done that yet. I will do. Hangover Trilogy. You can pick this up for about £6 now. I just like it's all gold etched and risen. Very cool. Funny as hell films as well. My ongoing battle to pick up all of the steelbooks for Harry Potter is ongoing. I've got the Deathly Hallows. Was it part 1? I think I got this for like £1, but I want the ones that look like book fronts, and that's going to end up costing me over 100. The original Hellboy, Ron Perlman, the absolute sodden classic with amazing artwork. I was severely disappointed in that second one. It had its moments, but it was definitely chasing its own tail. Ugh. German again, High Rise. You can't pick up this steelbook in the UK as far as I'm aware. But a bit of a weird film. I do own it normal as well. Very cheap steelbook again. The Hobbit and Unexpected Journey. There's so many different versions of this. But I've got the original. German steelbook for this one. It's actually the Hobbit trilogy in a steelbook format. Very cool. Then we have A Hobbit Unexpected Journey 3D. Cool artwork. Then we have The Desolation of Smaug 3D. Trying to keep the shine off, you know. Losing that battle, I think. And then we have The Battle of the Five Armies 3D. You know, you got to have them all, ain't you? Can't just have one or two of them. The Hotel Transylvania steelbooks, I thought we were going for way too much money, but I found them quite cheap German. So we've got Hotel Transylvania and Hotel Transylvania 2. You got the goopy bloke on the back of that one. I haven't actually seen if there's a steelbook for the third one yet, but we'll get there. Next, Hot Tub Time Machine cost me a couple of £. It's actually quite a funny film, actually. I quite enjoyed that. Hulk. What are my thoughts on this film? Yeah, I could take it or leave it, actually. Next we have Hunger Games. Then of course we have Hunger Games Catching Fire. Then we have Mockingjay Part 1. And we have Mockingjay Part 2. You've got to have all of them steelbook, haven't you, really? I've got them all normal as well, and I've got the last one in 3D. Just how it works. Paul Newman in The Hustler. I really like that cover. I do own it normal as well. Next we have The Interview. Funny as fuck, this film. Very weird. Takes a piss out of North Korea, something chronic, so you gotta love it. Then we have Iron Man. Now Iron Man's been snowing around for about 35 quid. I ended up getting this for like 7 quid, and I wouldn't get rid of it because I love it. But since they released them in 4K steelbook, obviously those prices go down. Savvy way to make your collection not worth as much, but there you go. Iron Man 3. This is a German steelbook. You can pick these up for about 4 quid if you know where to look. Then we have Iron Sky. This is a German steelbook again. I thought it was very cool. And very recently a viewer has sent me the director's cut Iron Sky steelbook as well. This is the British version. Awesome. So glad to have that one in my collection. Another one I'm yet to open. Jason Bourne. Matt Damon. Brilliant film. Quite surprised by that. Love the artwork on Jigsaw. Thought that was a classic. Kept the J card on that one. I don't always keep the J cards. It's whether I can be asked, really. Next we have Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Next level's not out yet, is it? I thought it was in the south, so for £5, yeah, I'm going to have this. I've got this normal, I've got it 3D, and I have it steelbook. I've just got to pick it up 4K now, and you know I will. Justice League, another one that's sent to me by a viewer, and it's the 3D steelbook as well. I was gobsmacked when I got sent that one. Karate Kid. Now there's 3 versions of Karate Kid. Obviously you got the newer film, this one, and there's like a cartoony artistic version. I used to own that as well, but I sold it on because I got good money for it. I want to get it back. But the original Karate Kid there, and of course this remake's a quid wherever you look now. Kick-Ass, classic steelbook, but Kick-Ass 2 steelbook, that's fucking expensive still. King Arthur. This is a 3D steelbook, and believe you me, it's not a bad film. Quite enjoyed that. I've owned this, sold it, and had to get it back because the picture quality is just gobsmacking for this one. Kong Skull Island 3D. Now, in case you haven't heard, Kong vs Godzilla test screenings have happened in America, and everyone's going nuts for them. They've had a few screenings, so it's due out in the next 6 months or so. We haven't had no trailers or anything, but apparently it's looking fucking awesome, so I can't wait. Last Witch Hunter, a bit more Vin Diesel. I thought he was a bit out of his depth in this one. I prefer him with the pitch blacks, but yeah, it's a worthy addition. One of my favourite films of all time. This is the 4K director's cut steelbook for Leon. My mummy got me this for Christmas. So I'm never bloody selling that, but oh, what a film. Jean Reno is just amazing. Life. What a film. scares the crap out of you, that one. And the fact that Ryan Reynolds dies in it, wow. Lord of the Rings trilogy on Blu-ray. Gotta have that, ain't you? The Lost Bladesman, Donnie Yen. Donnie Yen is amazing. And I have this normal as well as Steelbook, but I just love the artwork on that one. Oh, hold on, me microphone's gone drippy. Stay there, you bastard. Man of Steel 3D. Yeah, I own this normal. You gotta have it, ain't you? The Martian. This was a brilliant film with Matt Damon. Trying to keep all the shine off these. I own this normal, I own this 3D. You gotta have the Steelbook. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Remember, this is Robert De Niro. Awesome film. Cost me less than £4, that one. Cabot's Ghost was kind enough. I asked him to pick me this up because I don't have a H&B near me anymore. We used to have a store for 30 years and it closed. It was an iconic store in the middle of our town centre, and unfortunately they got rid of it. And he picked this up for me, and he would not accept any money from me. He sent it to me for free. So I mean, I've sent him some bits now, and he sent me even more bits back. So what a classy guy. Kermit's Ghost, you know I love you, mate. You're brilliant, and your collection, I will catch you. I will. Mermaid, awesome. So happy to have that in my collection. Midnight Special, very good film. I love the artwork on that, especially the way it molds into the bottom of the J card as well. Not much on the back, but a good film. Prove me wrong on this one. Try and find this for less than 18 quid anywhere. Minions Steelbook. This is a German Steelbook, and I got it for a steal. But right now, if you're looking around, I have not found this for less than 19 quid. The price on this has shot up. Hell if I'm getting rid of it, especially with a sequel coming out. Another one of those $4.99 jobbies in the sale that I got from Zoom is Money Monster. It's actually quite a good film. It just shows you where the greed of the world comes from, really. Monsters Inc. I so want to get these new 4K Steelbooks, but the price of them is ridiculous. Bugs Life looks amazing. I really want all these. I mean, if I win the lottery, God help everybody, because I mean, if I won the lottery, can you imagine how big my collection would be? But imagine the kind of stuff I'd be giving away then as well. So pray for me to win the lottery and everyone will be happy, trust me. But Monsters Inc., brilliant film. Monsters University, I really like the artwork on this one. Nice group photo on the back. Awesome film as well. Not as good as the first, but how the first was such a classic. Next, Monsters. There are about 3 different steelbooks available for this. This is a German one, of course. There's the... But a weird film. Never has there been a greater contrast though, because awesome, fucking crap. Dark Continent. Got the steelbook, but oh, that film stinks. Another one sent by a viewer, Moon. If you have not seen this, how the hell he did not get an Oscar for that film? So amazing. Another one that I got in a Zoom sale, The Mummy, but it's the 3D Blu-ray digital combo. Now, yeah, to me, The Mummy is a rushed film. It's simple as that. It's rushed. They should have took their time with it. They didn't, and it shows. That's my opinion. You've got to have a bit of Kermit. I don't care who you are. If you ain't got Kermit in your collection, there's something wrong with you. I'm a big Nicolas Cage fan, just like Big Paulie. Oh, by the way, as I'm filming this, Big Paulie's in the hospital. Let us know what's wrong with you, mate. We're all worried about you. National Treasure 1 and 2, but I went for the German steelbooks because they had good white clean covers with good pictures on them. Can't read any of the writing on them, but I know that they are the right films. Next, Oblivion. I own this normal, I own this in that weird white cover, and I own it steelbook, which just got to be done. I'm running out of room here. One of my favourite film sets of all time, the Ocean's Trilogy. This is Italian. I own this in a normal trilogy, and I own it as is. Love it. Awesome, I love that film. Next, one of the quirkiest films you'll ever watch. Odd Thomas was never released on Blu-ray in this country. Get it however you can. It's the Anton Yelchin. Now, he's the one that was in Star Trek that got run over by his own car and unfortunately passed away. They found him pinned against his own pillar post in his gateway. His car unfortunately pinned him against the wall and killed him. But what a bloody film. I highly recommend that one. Pacific Rim. Second film, bollocks. First film, classic. In 3D, holy shit. Now, I own this normal, I own it 3D, I own it 3D Steelbook. The story behind Paul. Music Magpie. Why? But they had this up as at a quid. I jumped on it. A week afterwards, it was like 10 quid. But I got this for one solitary pound delivered. Holy shit. One of my favourite films ever. Brilliantly done. One of my most recent pickups, which I will show in my Friday video anyway. Passengers, 3D Blu-ray digital copy combo. I love Passengers. I own it 3D, I own it normal, and now I own it Steelbook as well. But well, hey. Vin Diesel, Pitch Black. Awesome film. Really well done. You know, I think he's coming back for a fourth film on that as well. Another one of my favourite films ever, Pixels. People hate on this film, but I love it. Brilliant. I own this normal 3D and of course Steelbook. This is a German one. I just thought, yeah, I've got to get it. I've never watched it, but Plain Dead. No idea what it's about. You know, a bit like Snakes on the Plane, I imagine. But yeah, just had to get it. Cost me pennies. This is another one that was sent by a viewer, believe it or not. Prince of Persia. I love the artwork on that. Awesome. You can pick that up for about a £5 now. There was a little hoo-ha around this because loads of them arrived in pound shops and people couldn't find it, but I finally found my copy. Public Enemies. £2 in Poundland. Yes, thank you. Another one sent by a viewer. Laura. Purge 1 and 2 Steelbook. Cool films. Didn't like the prequel. I love this one. Rampage. Big meets bigger. This is a 3D Steelbook and I also own it 3D and normal as well. Recently picked up Rampart. I haven't watched it yet and I have it normal, but let me know your thoughts on this one. Should I be watching it by now? Probably, but I haven't yet. Another recent one sent by a viewer. Real Steel. I love the artwork on this one. All the robots are raised on this. Good Hugh Jackman film. I enjoyed it. This is where it gets a bit sad. I have one Resident Evil. That's a Retribution. I have another Resident Evil Retribution Steelbook. This is a 3D one. I have Resident Evil Apocalypse. That's my most recent pickup. I have Resident Evil Retribution Pop Art. I have Resident Evil Afterlife Steelbook. And I have Resident Evil Afterlife Pop Art as well. Do you think 6 is enough? Another one that was in the pound shop, Rise of the Foot Soldier, but this was bought back when they were a pound. So you imagine I was skipping around the place then. One film I ain't bothered whether it's in my collection. I think he totally phoned this one. I mean, he even wore jeans in the fucking film. They weren't invented then. If he couldn't be asked to get into character enough. Russell Crowe, Robin Hood, whoop-de-doo. Robot Overlords, tacky as hell. But I've got it normal and Steelbook, so why not? Denzel Washington, Ryan Reynolds, Safe House. I own this normal and Steelbook. Quite a cool film, actually. Salt. Evil. When she watches her husband drown, she just stands there motionless. Wow. Salt. Brilliant film. And one of my most recent pickups again was the pop art version of Salt as well as a Steelbook. Had to be done. Another one which found its way into the pound shops was Seraphim Falls. Not watched him yet, but it's Pierce Brosnan and Liam Neeson, so you just know it's going to be good. I have this normal and we watched it. I had to get it in Steelbook just because it's called Seven Psychos, but this is funny. This is I highly recommend it. Christopher Walken's a nut job in that. Sharknado, yeah. How can you not love that artwork? I mean, look on the back. Brilliant. Had to get that. Just had to. Recent pickup, and well, I actually posted to people where to pick this up for $7.99. Shawshank Redemption. I mean, wow. What a film, what a steelbook. I love the artwork on that. Another one that was sent to me by a viewer. The 4K of Shazam. Believe it or not, steelbook. Oh. I own this normal, I own it 3D, I own it 3D steelbook. Sing, what a bloody film. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This will show off the power of your TV. Holy crap, it looks amazing on mine. We're on to the last pile now, guys. Skyfall. There's a couple of different versions of this, but I'm happy with the one I got. Then we have Skyline. This is a German steelbook. One way of knowing as well is the binders face the other way. So you'll always know where your German steelbooks are because the word will be the other way round. Snow White and the Huntsman. Cool artwork. I got that really cheap and all. Southpaw. I think Jake Gyllenhaal is becoming one of my favourite actors. Cool artwork. Happy to have that in the collection. Recently bought by my sister. Spaceballs. Awesome. If you haven't seen this. Oh, so bloody funny. John Candy, I love him in it. This one is German. It's another one, oversized one. It's Space Dive. It's the Red Bull Stratus story where he jumped from the edge of space. Oh, can't recommend that enough. You can pick that up for about £4. Awesome. And an oversized free film box set for Spider-Man trilogy there. I think that was German when I got it as well. Star Trek The Final Frontier. I did have more of these, but I sold them off because it's so hard to get the Wrath of Khan. The Wrath of Khan's going for 20+ quid because they just never printed enough of them. So why would I pay £4 or £5 for each of these and then pay 20+ quid just for one? So I abandoned getting the set. I'll get it again if that comes down in price, but if not, phew. Sweeney Todd. A lot of people just steer away from this film, but trust me, watch it. It is really well done. It's a musical. It's really, really well done. Johnny Depp's awesome in it, and Helena Bonham Carter just kicks ass. T2, Trainspotting. No, I haven't actually watched this one yet. First one's a classic. I recently sold my sequel to this. There's Ted, obviously steelbook. The Ted 2 steelbook cost me like £1 when I got it, and it's trading in for like 12 quid. They're selling it for 15 now. So I will get it again when the price goes down, but you got to trade in to make. I turn that into like 7 more Blu-rays. So that's the way I try and grow my collection as much as I can. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I really enjoyed the reboot of these, to the point where the second one, hello, 3D as well. Out the Shadows. Cool films. Then we have Terminator Salvation. And then we have the pop art version of Terminator Salvation. Told you I had a few pop arts. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Gary Oldman. What a fucking actor he is. God, there's way too much shine on that one. Total Recall remake. I actually quite enjoyed this. It ran out of steam a bit near the end, but yeah, I mean, it's never going to beat the classic original, but there you go. And some of these are German, but I've got them all now. I've just got to pick up the 5th one. We've got Transformers steelbook, Revenge of the Fallen steelbook, Dark of the Moon steelbook, which is one of my favourite films. I own that normal and 3D. Then we have Age of Extinction, which I own normal, 3D, and of course steelbook. I just got to pick up the 3rd one. I only own Transporter 3 as a steelbook. German again. The first 2 are available, but the second one's really hard to find. Twilight, the first 3 films. The second 2 were never released on a steelbook, but you know, you can pick that up for like £1 now. Underworld 5, Blood Wars. Yeah, I picked it up for like a £5. The Day of Reckoning for Universal Soldier. There's a couple of other steelbooks. I mean, the original Universal Soldier is out on a steelbook now. I will get it, but I don't want to pay full price. Wanted. Awesome film. I've given this away about 6 times. Angelina Jolie. Warrior. One of my missus's favourite films. Tom Hardy kicks ass in this. Brilliant film. One of my top 5 films of all time. Weird Science. When they announced this as a steelbook, you think I wasn't going to get this? Oh yes. Got to be done. Kelly LeBrock. Can you believe Steven Seagal used to hit that around? Used to punch it. What a dipshit. White House Down. Love the artwork. Not the best film because it came out at the same time as Olympus Has Fallen. Olympus Has Fallen was 10 times better. Next, Wolf Cop. I've never watched it. Hardly. I'm probably not going to, but you can't not have Wolf Cop. I mean, look at the cover. You got to have that in your collection. The last 3 now, guys. We've got Wolfman with Benicio del Toro. It's supposed to be quite a cool film. That haven't watched it yet. This is the 3D one. It's a XXX, the Return of Xander Kane. I own this normal, 1, 2 and 3 of course, and I own it, the 3D version there. And last but not least, we have Zombie Night 1 and 2. Some cheap zombie films that were from Germany. Okay. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, and there was one I forgot, a recent pickup, My Breakfast Club. I keep it separate. I love the artwork on that one. Just awesome. Never selling him. Brilliant. What's that? There's 200 and something there. But that is my steelbooks at the moment. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Share with me your steelbook collections. Let me know what you got. If there's anything you want to sell. I can only say no thanks, you know. But I'm always looking for more steelbooks because, of course, I want to break my shelves. They're bloody heavy, but I love collecting steelbooks. But I really do want to get everything that I can. 4K, steelbook, 3D, normal. It's just the way I am, and I'm crazy. That's the way I want it to be. Now, if you've sat through the 43 minutes it took to tell you all those, I really do appreciate it. I can imagine you probably skipped forward as well. Next one we'll be hitting will be the numbers. So we'll start with the, obviously, 2 guns, 300, etc. And then we'll be hitting the A to Z. I'll get this done as quickly as I can. And we'll keep going. It'll probably take about a month to go through the entire collection. Because we know, I mean, it's 3,600 plus now. But if you can stick with me, all my other videos will be happening. Tomorrow night will be the draw for the lovely, lovely films that we all talked about. And then I'll let you know what the films are for next week as well. And remember, when the weekend comes, the release dates for everything in Australia, America, Germany and France will be posted on my Facebook page. Take care, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Where's the button? Oh, bye.